In 2026, with so many free workout apps, YouTube channels, and affordable home equipment options, there are cheaper ways to stay in shape that do not involve throwing money away on guilt. Number 5 is bottled water. Canada has some of the safest and cleanest tap water in the entire world, yet so many people still buy cases of bottled water every single week. When you actually break down the cost per liter, bottled water can end up being hundreds of times more expensive than tap water, and that is before you even consider the environmental cost of all that plastic. A decent reusable bottle, and maybe a simple filter if you are picky about taste, will save you an enormous amount of money over the course of a year. Sixth on the list, and this one applies to almost everyone, extended cell phone contracts with the big three carriers. For years, Canadians have paid some of the highest cell phone bills in the entire world, locked into contracts that bundle an expensive phone with an even more expensive plan. In 2026, with so many flexible and budget-friendly carriers now available, many of them running on the exact same networks as the big providers, there is no good reason to keep paying premium prices for the same coverage you could get for half the price somewhere else. Number 7 is going to upset some people, and that is daily takeout coffee from the big coffee chains. That $5 or $6 coffee you grab every single morning on the way to work adds up faster than you think. Over a full year, a daily coffee habit can easily cost well over $1,000, money that could be going towards savings, an emergency fund, or literally anything else. Making coffee at home, even a nice one with a decent machine, costs a small fraction of that, and honestly, once you get the hang of it, it often tastes just as good. Number 8 is single-use convenience store trips. Popping into the corner store for a snack, a drink, or a quick item might feel harmless, but convenience stores mark up their prices significantly compared to regular grocery stores, sometimes by 50% or more. If you find yourself making these little trips multiple times a week, that convenience is costing you a lot more than you probably realize, and a little bit of planning ahead can save you a surprising amount of money over time. Number 9 is buying lottery tickets and scratch cards as a regular habit. It is easy to see them as harmless fun, just a few dollars here and there, but statistically the odds are so overwhelmingly against you that treating it as anything other than pure entertainment spending is a mistake. Canadians spend a staggering amount of money on lottery tickets every year, and for the vast majority of people, that money would be far better off sitting in a savings account or even just left in their pocket. If you are still spending your hard-earned money on these 10 things in Canada, you need to stop right now, because in 2026, they are simply not worth it anymore. Prices have gone up, quality has gone down, and Canadians everywhere are quietly cutting these things out of their lives and saving thousands of dollars a year without even noticing the difference. Stick around until the end, because number 1 might just be the biggest waste of money you did not even realize you were making. Let's start with something almost every Canadian household has been guilty of at some point, and that is paying full price for cable and satellite television. Back in the day, cable was the only way to catch your favorite shows and live sports. But in 2026, with streaming services covering almost everything you could want, paying $80, $90, even over $100 a month for a cable package filled with channels you never watch is money straight down the drain. Most Canadians can get everything they actually watch through 2 or 3 streaming subscriptions for a fraction of that cost. And with live sports now available through streaming as well, there is really no excuse left to keep that old cable bill around. Next up, brand name groceries. Grocery prices in Canada have climbed so much over the past few years that sticking to brand names out of habit is quietly draining your bank account. In almost every single category, from pasta to cereal to cleaning supplies, the store brand or no-name option is made in the same factories, sometimes by the exact same companies, as the big brands sitting right next to them on the shelf. Canadians who have made the switch are saving hundreds of dollars a year on groceries alone, and honestly, most people cannot even tell the difference in a blind taste test. Number 3 is something that hits close to home for a lot of renters and homeowners alike, and that is extended warranties on appliances and electronics. Retailers push these warranties hard at checkout because they make a huge profit margin on them. But the truth is most new appliances and electronics already come with a solid manufacturer warranty, and the products themselves are more reliable than they get credit for. Unless you are buying something with a long history of breaking down, that extra $50 or $100 for extended coverage is very often money you will never see a return on. Moving on to number 4, and this one might sting a little: gym memberships that you barely use. Canadians love to sign up for a gym membership in January full of good intentions, only to stop going by March while the monthly charge keeps quietly coming out of their account. If you are paying $50, $60, $70 a month for a membership you use once or twice a month, you are basically paying $25 a workout. And finally, number 10, the one you have been waiting for, and honestly the biggest one on this entire list: paying interest on credit card debt. This is the silent money killer for so many Canadians. Credit card interest rates in Canada often sit around 20% or higher, which means if you are only making minimum payments, you could end up paying back double or even triple what you originally spent. In 2026, with so many resources available for debt consolidation, balance transfers, and simple budgeting tools, there is genuinely no reason to keep bleeding money to interest charges when there are smarter ways to handle it. So there you have it, 10 things that Canadians are wasting their money on in 2026 without even realizing it. Some of these might feel small on their own, but when you add them all up, we are talking about thousands of dollars a year that could be going toward your savings, your goals, or just giving yourself a little more breathing room every month. The good news is that cutting any one of these out does not mean giving up comfort or convenience. It just means being a little more intentional with where your money goes. If this video opened your eyes to even one thing you are guilty of, let me know down in the comments which one hit closest to home. And if you found this helpful, make sure to like this video and subscribe for more ways to keep more of your hard-earned money in your own pocket.